Welcome back, fellow gamers. I want to talk to you today about the Gatewatch's current storyline in Magic the Gathering. So there will be spoilers regarding the ending of Aether Revolt and what I think will be happening going forward, or what I hope will be going forward. So let's jump right in. So spoilers again. Spoilers! With the end or conclusion of Aether Revolt, we now see that Ajani's joined the Gatewatch. And the Gatewatch is now going to go after Nicol Bolas on the plane of Amonkhet. But we see that Ajani is offering his advice, saying that we should not go after Nicol Bolas right away. I was lucky to beat him, and he will not be easily beaten. However, what the Gatewatch hears is, oh, you already beat him, so we can go beat him. Let's go do it. We want the element of surprise. Ajani, meanwhile, wants to gather forces. So Ajani leaves and is gathering his allies for the upcoming battle. Meanwhile, it looks like the rest of the Gatewatch is going to Amonkhet. So I'm going to say it here. One of the Gatewatch members needs to die. I think that I was upset when not a single one of the Gatewatch members died while facing the Eldrazi on Zendikar or Emrakul. And I know I just said Emrakul the way I always say it, and I always get comments. That's the way I say it. I'm sorry. But I do think that it was kind of unfortunate that nobody paid a price. The team itself didn't pay a price in defeating the Eldrazi. If you don't die, or one of your team members doesn't die while facing these huge cosmic creatures, then what's going to end up killing one of these planeswalkers? Where can we see that the stakes are elevated going forward? I would say for the Phyrexians would be one way, but I do think Nicol Bolas is that big of a... He's the biggest bad guy in Magic the Gathering currently. So for the Gatewatch to now again defeat Nicol Bolas, assuming he's going to be defeated, he better not be defeated and he escapes like some 80s cartoon villain. There needs to be something. The Gatewatch needs to suffer a loss, and then they need to go back and lick their wounds and improve, become better. Plowing through each adversary, and I said this before, and other people have said it too, it's becoming an echo chamber. It's too... When there's nothing at stake, the story doesn't become interesting. And I love the direction that they're taking the story, in the sense that we're following some planeswalkers, and they're trying to do good in the multiverse. That's great. What isn't great is defeating everybody in the multiverse, because eventually, there's just nothing that can be topped. Whether it's infighting or whatnot, it becomes all too campy almost. And I'm not saying that's where it's at now. I know there are people who complain about the story. I'm not one of them. I don't like the fact that the hero's always winning. What makes it interesting was when the good guys were losing and the bad guys were winning. We got a string of that in the Magic the Gathering story, and I know that they probably just wanted to swing the pendulum the other way, but I think the more interesting stories are when evil triumphs, because you want to then root for the good guys. You want to see that positive outcome, and those positive outcomes need to be sprinkled. It's, adversity makes people stronger, and adversity breeds interest. That's why drama, like the Daily Star and all those gossip magazines, that's why they're so popular, because of the drama and the conflict that goes on. And I would say that the person who should die, the character, and it's hard, I understand it's hard killing an IP, something that's marketable, but you guys are in the creative atmosphere. By you guys, I mean Wizards of the Coast. They're in the creative atmosphere where they can create new characters that are compelling, that deserve more screen time. Right now we have, the same 5 characters that are predominant, and they have been now for a few years. So I think going and taking one of them out, and that person being Nissa, I think that Nissa fits the mold. Her story arc can be explored further. Her learning to overcome her shyness, as we saw in Aether Revolt, making new friends, not being so cloistered and secluded. That's something that we're seeing, but I do feel that her main role was the protection of Zendikar. Now that the Eldrazi 2 of them are dead, one of them's locked away. We don't know if there are other Eldrazi Titans in the multiverse, but that threat that was posed to Zendikar is gone. It's gone. So her purpose seems like it's been fulfilled. I would argue that with Chandra and resolving like her issues and being able to go back to Kaladesh, reuniting with her mother, that's another area. And her similarities to Jaya Ballard are there too. I don't know, maybe like the story, the ending that she had with her mother in Ether Revolt kind of leads me to believe that maybe it's Chandra that's killed off. Not too sure, but I would say Nissa out of the 5. Liliana for sure not. I think that she's got so much going on. She's got the chain veil. She still has some demons that she needs to go kill. She's a puppet master, and I think that she will eventually become one of the main villains of the story. We can see that now, how she's just using the Gatewatch members. But I think that the possible story arc that we can see is hopefully the Gatewatch loses on Amonkhet. And then from there, Nissa dies. The Gatewatch comes back. Johnny's like, hey, I told you guys. They start building up their forces. In the meantime, they need to go acquire somebody else. Like they're still not satisfied with the forces that they need. They need to go and hunt Garrick. They need to go find Garrick, remove his curse, and then he would fill in that mono green role that's vacant by Nissa. And it brings back a lot of people want to see Garrick. I just melded both because I call him Garuk. I love that. I love the word Garuk. I don't really like Garrick that much, so I just combine them right now accidentally. But Garrick is a person people have been asking about. Where is he? What is he doing? I think he's awesome. He was kind of boring as a mono green character, and then he got really interesting as a green black with the curse. But I think having lived that curse and then having it extracted would change his perception on life. And I would like to see how that would take place. Right now, he's just a killing machine. We don't know where he is. I think that'd be really cool. I think that he would fit in that mold perfectly. Now, yeah, he's big, Gideon's big, and Johnny's big. There's 3 big dudes, but people might think they all fill a similar role as the Muscle. But I would say that I think his storyline fits in with, if they want a bigger threat to be part of their team, they need to find Garrick, they need to remove his curse, and then they can go confront whatever, if it's Nicol Bolas right away or something else comes up. I also think Johnny's going to want to bring Gideon back to Theros so that he can fight Helioid, so that they can rescue Elspeth from the underworld. I think those are all things that can happen after Amonkhet. I know there's another set, and I forget the name of the set. It was kind of spoiled, but not officially spoiled, and then Wizards said that it wasn't official, and that this was just a test, so I don't even know if it's a real plane. I don't remember what it was called. I'll have a picture behind me. But I still think that that's a way for Wizards of the Coast to go through so that they can't have that situation where everybody always wins, nobody dies. Again, it feels very 80s, 90s cartoony for me to have the heroes always win and then nobody suffer, nobody pay the price, the ultimate price of dying. So that's my opinion where I think the story is going, like super high level, like super, super high level. I would love to hear your opinion on where you think the story is headed. What do you think of the story so far? What did you think of the conclusion of Ether Revolt? I'll do a recap of Ether Revolt and Kaladesh as a whole in another video at a later time. But for now, I would love to hear your opinions on everything I've just talked about. Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, you can check out another one of my videos right over here. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that right here. It lets you know when we go live during our live streams, but it also makes sure that you don't miss a single Magic the Gathering video. And it helps the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. So thank you for making me a part of your day, and until next time, good gaming.